Hi everyone, I have a really quick story today. I tried to get Peanut in my shot. He's looking pretty good. Anyway, hi buddy. You got extra fluffy and Billy Idol do there. Yes you do. It's showing up on the camera, I can see it. Anyway, he's a rescue, so he's a little bit difficult to deal with sometimes. He's, even though I've had him for, I don't know, probably 7 years now. He has quirks. He probably looks like he has quirks. Yeah. Anyway, so just a kind of funny thing that happened the other day. I had been astral projecting, and this is the funny part. So, you know, sometimes when people think of astral projecting, they're talking to masters, they're going to all these different levels and hanging out with, I don't know, in the higher astral realms, having really interesting experiences, seeing dead people. No, guess what I was doing? My astral body was sitting kind of half in and out of my physical body, and I was eating potato chips. Eating potato chips. Astral projecting, I don't know, I don't recall going to a food cupboard. I had potato chips in my hand and I was eating them. And when my astral body popped back into my physical body, I was literally like trying to put potato chips in my mouth. Seriously. This has never happened before. I thought it was kind of funny. I wanted to share that. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, and so I'm going to talk about one other thing after my little astral story. Sometimes when we get psychic information coming in, it can be very, very subtle. And the reason why we practice and also meditate, practice doing psychic information so that we can become more aware of the information that comes in and how it comes in, what that looks like or feels like through all the clairs. And it takes many years to become really, really good at recognizing all that. And also, it changes. Information shifts and changes as it comes in through the years. So it will always surprise you. Always, which is a super cool thing about it. It can be consistent, but it can shift and change. And it also can wax and wane. So sometimes you're really on, sometimes you're not quite so on. And also, if you're going through a lot, like a lot of stress, mentally, physically, it can be harder to do psychic work or healing work or whatever form that psychic intuitive work comes in, whether it's mediumship, whatever, or healing. And they all do kind of weave in together too, by the way. Yeah, they really do weave in together. So it's hard to keep them separate. So I wanted to kind of express this through a little story that I was doing energy healing the other day. Now, when I do energy healing, information comes through. So it's also a reading, but it's an energy healing. So it's defined as an energy healing, but information comes through. But we can also do just psychic reading, psychic mediumship reading too. You just never know what that's going to look like. It's almost like you cannot control the flow of information and energy. You can manage it, and setting your intention helps to bring it in, but sometimes you're doing an energy healing and somebody from the other side comes through, or somebody wants a psychic reading, but grandma and aunt show up and have information. So it's best not to try and really control it. It's just see what shows up and what kind of information comes through, and allow it. There are some parameters where you can't control it. Just wanted to say that. But you don't but it's more like managing it than controlling it. I think that's a much better word. But anyway, so I'm doing this, an energy healing that this was just this week on this woman. And also this was a remote session. And what I'm getting is there's this pain in her heart, this pretty serious pain in her heart left over from a relationship that is from the past. This is not her present. This is from the past. And as this information comes through, I've got my eyes closed and I'm seeing this. It's almost like this information is bubbling up through quicksand almost. And it's like, and it's so subtle. And I'm getting 19 years old, 19 years old, 19 years old. And it was so subtle. And literally it was like bubbling up through quicksand, like coming up. And I'm looking at it and I'm getting the impression and I'm thinking, is this real? I mean, do I need to say this? So there's still a part of me that I'm like questioning what this is. So I finally just say, I need to say this. So I said, some of this pain that is held in your heart comes from a relationship that you had with a guy when you were 19 years old. And she kind of stops and she goes, oh my God, I just got contacted through Facebook from a guy that I dated when I was 19 years old. And the thing is about it is, she said, that what surprised me was how much it affected me and how much I felt when this person contacted me. She said, I haven't thought about him hardly ever. I'm married, I have kids. I have not considered him. I said, but I was surprised at how much this triggered me, having this guy connect with me yesterday, who she dated when she was 19 years old. Now, that's pretty wild. And so there's definitely some healing that needed to come out and recognized around this time period and being involved with this guy. Anyway, but my point is that it's psychic information that's coming up that is something that energetically is held in her heart. But the message was very, very subtle, very subtle. And I almost didn't say anything because it was so, sometimes the information is really subtle. Glad I said something. And sometimes I think we all hold back from saying things. I think it's natural. We just do that. And definitely the way I grew up, we held back a lot of things, a lot of information. It's just, I think it was a defense and a safety issue, protection. So I still sometimes have to recognize that within myself. And I do this professionally. But this is where doing meditation, sitting in the power, and practicing over and over and over again so that you do pick up those subtle signs that you might not recognize as psychic information or just dismiss it because it is a subtle art. And also the thing about doing any kind of energy healing, psychic work, mediumship, getting information is passive. So as in you're being receptive and you're letting this information come in through you. So it is passive, which can be sometimes difficult for some people. Some people are just not good at being passive or receptive. And that's usually why women are a little bit better at doing this kind of work, or it's more common because we're taught to be that way. It's just, yeah, part of the culture. Anyway, that's pretty cool. So back to learning, doing the work, practicing, meditating, doing breath work, because that kind of moves stuff out of the way so that you're more clear, so that you can be receptive. All of these things add to you becoming a better psychic, medium, energy healer, all of the above. Anyway, just a little story I wanted to share. I think it's pretty cool. I think that's it for now. If you have any questions or anything, please ask. And please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Lorina Quigley. I am an energy healer, all-around mystic, psychic medium. I do all of those things. And back to, sometimes they really do all merge. They all merge in one big quantum field, which is pretty cool. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.